Welcome to this guide of our in-depth 10-year financial model for established businesses. It now features an investor and valuation scenario. This robust tool offers dynamic projections, 5 different valuation methods, and a strategic investor analysis, tailored to help established businesses secure sustainable growth. So let's explore its unique features and how they can empower your business. Designed for simplicity and clarity, this model's dashboard and input sheets include guided input areas, with cells highlighted in yellow with blue text, ensuring seamless navigation. So let's take an example. One of the core features here is the toggle between the number of years of projection. So the model is designed for 10 years, but you've got the ability to go back as far as 4 years. So let's say, for an example, you've got an investor that only want to take a look at your 4-year projections. You see what has happened now is everything else is now being removed to clean up the model and to make the readability of the model much easier. So too, all cash balances, rates of return, the valuation of the business, etc., have automatically been updated. Let's take another example. Perhaps you've got a client or a stakeholder or a investor that wants to look at a 7-year projection. Everything is automatically done for you. So all these cells, the yellow shaded blue text cells, are where your input is required. You can see here at the cash burn side, let's say you remove this totally, automatically everything is updated for you once again. So that's the core element of this model design. Wherever your inputs are required, it will be in these cells with the yellow shading and the blue text. Everywhere else, all the formulas have already been prepared for you, already been designed for you, and all the heavy lifting has already been done to ensure the actual functionality of the model. So if we look at the dashboard itself, in this instance, there's various outputs that features in the dashboard. Right at the top, the core elements of the rate of the return of the project or the business itself, your capital components or cost of capital components, the approximate valuation of your business, etc., are all housed here and automatically updated. So too, if we look at various valuation methodologies, everything is automatically updated here for you based on your inputs in the sheet, the dashboard sheet itself. Another very powerful component is a Scratchpad or an investor Scratchpad. Now let's say as an example, you want in this instance 1.8 million Canadian dollar investment from an equity investor. This model will automatically show you based on the valuation, based on your projections, based on your inputs. It will show you what the valuation is of the business, and it will show you what is a fair percentage or fair equity stake to offer this investor. So this is extremely powerful if you want to actually go into negotiations with investors. Once again, everything automated, everything done for you. Now, because this is a model for existing businesses, what we found is that a lot of our clients want to input some of their past financial information as well. So whether you use your actual audited financial statements or management accounts, you've got the opportunity now to input your past financial statements figures here as well, based on your balance sheet, your income statement, and your cash flow. Whatever you input here, it will automatically use these balances as well to give you a much more factual representation of what's currently happening in a business, but also any ratios, any growth comparison can be easily done based on past historical financials versus your projections moving forward. All other assumptions and inputs that's required are housed here in the dashboard, whether it's inflation, your working capital, your debt funding structure and repayment terms, your cost of capital components, etc. All of that housed here. The what-if scenario or the investor Scratchpad that I've just alluded to, the only thing you need to do here is to input what you think you want to offer an equity partner that's coming on board. Now, in this instance, It shows you exactly what the valuation would be, or the fair value of that share would be for 10% of the company. But once again, we spoke about it earlier, it shows you no, based on the valuation, a fair amount would be about 14.2%. So once again, everything is transparent. All the formulas are easily accessible and visible. You can very quickly see what calculations were made. Other operational assumptions like sales price, cost of sales, all of that is captured in this model and requires your input. And then from these inputs, your income statement, your balance sheet, as well as your cash flow statement, automatically done for you, automatically updated for you. If we go back to the balance sheet here, you'll see past financials. That's been input here based on audited financial statements and management accounts. As soon as it's been input here, everything ties directly to the management accounts, and it gives you a very easily navigatable and easily comparable balance sheet, not only looking at the past historical figures, but also the forecasts moving forward. All the checks and balances and what we call sanity checks are incorporated into the model. So automatically, as you progress through your inputs, the model will show you if there are any errors made on your end, whether the balance sheet is still in balance, etc., etc. So there's no need to worry about making errors or inputting any wrong information. As soon as that's done, the model will show you very quickly and very clearly, listen, this is what has happened. All the financial ratios automatically calculated for you, and so too more than 10 graphs visually representing the data automatically calculated for you. If we go to the input sheets, your funding requirements, that is housed here in the inputs on the funding, as well as your structure that you decide on for debt and equity. Your depreciation automatically calculated here based on your minimal input requirements here. Operating expenditure, as well as labor. And then the company valuation sheet, very, very powerful. The 5 methodologies are housed here. So based on your inputs on the dashboard and the 4 input sheets, all your charts, all your checks and balances, all your cash flow computations, etc., etc., automatically done here for you. There's no need for any further input on your end. You can very confidently present this to any investor out there. There you can see the 5 methodologies. There's 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4 and 5. So I'm pretty sure you'll agree that moving back to the dashboard, you can see how all these inputs integrate to provide a very comprehensive picture of your business's financial health. Now, combined with your dashboard and your company valuation and equity investor what-if analysis, or the Scratchpad, the model equips you with the tools to validate growth strategies and negotiate very effectively with any potential investors. I thank you for exploring this in-depth 10-year financial model for established businesses. With its advanced features, its robust valuation methods and strategic tools, this model empowers you to take control of your financial future. So start customizing this model today to achieve your business goals.